filming at JW Marriott today. First of all, we want to say big thank you for giving this opportunity. It's a stunning property. And they were so kind to actually give us opportunity to film here, and we felt very welcome, and really thank you for that. To support our video and as well to support Mauritian talents and to let us tell our story. And check this out. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Iuliia and I'm so excited to welcome Marine.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
And so Marine is the beautiful woman, first of all, a mother of Give and Sky, influencer, businesswoman. How many businesses we don't know, we will discover. Like she still don't even know, she doesn't even know.
It changes every week.
Exactly. And you know, we actually had the coffee together other time just to discuss a few things. And you know, they say I can feel the energy, but with you, I could touch the energy.
That's really me. So true.
I felt like I was in a balloon of energy, and it's very impressive.
Yeah, everyone I meet actually tell me like, you know, you're so passionate about things. You're so into things. Yeah, I'm very real. So yes, I guess so.
Yes,
I don't hide. I don't
really enjoy our time together.
Yeah. Yes.
And you know, the purpose of my channel is, of course, to tell the story of the person, but as well to show as much more people as we can what is it behind, what is the story, how do you build yourself to become who you are, because you inspiring a lot of people. Like I guess before your motherhood, you were inspired with the beautiful pictures and you know, traveling, and now you're really inspiring personally me. How you can handle everything, plus have energy to create businesses, plus manage, you know, personal life, going out, and it's crazy. So I want you to tell us a little bit about it. And how are you?
Well, I'm actually great. No complaint, really. Very busy, yes, but that's my choice. So I'm doing great. Yeah. If my daughter's healthy, I'm healthy, and I literally live the life of my dreams. So honestly, no complaint. And yeah, I guess I just have a drive, you know, inside of me. I'm really driven by, I don't know if it's ambition, if it's passion. It's just who I am. Like I live to work. I live to create things. I live to challenge myself. Like it's just inside of me. It's something supernatural. It's literally in my DNA. I guess I also come from from parents who are actually entrepreneurs, and yeah, you know, being in this environment all my life, I guess it was more natural for me. But also, yeah, it's just who I am. Actually, I don't see my life any other way. I don't think I could be a stay-at-home mom. There's no issue with it, but I just couldn't myself, I guess. And yeah, I love building things, you know. I love proving to myself that I can do. There is a
stay-at-home mom, and then there is Marine. So like we are like, let's catch someone in the middle of it. Like, you know, let's not do.
Yeah, it is extreme, I must say. Yeah, my life is extreme, I would say, in different aspects of it, but it is extreme. Yeah, it is a lot of things happening. Everything is extreme, actually, in my life, to be very honest. For me, it's my normality, but I guess, I don't know, but I guess from an external perspective, it is. But
it's your normal, yeah?
It's, you know, maybe inspiring, maybe shocking, maybe surprising. I don't know what it is actually, but from my perspective, my life is just the way I would like it to be. And the more I go, the more I build my life the way I envision it. I embrace my weaknesses. I embrace my strength. Like I'm very comfortable with myself, in my life and the way I build it, it's part of, for example, I have a lot of babysitters and everyone pretty knows that right now. But for me, I'm very comfortable with this because my daughter, she loves them. And they are key to my life. They are literally my life. I praise them all the time, because without them, there's not much I can do. And it's just, maybe for some people it's shocking, but for me, it's not. It's just part of our life, our lifestyle, and they just live in the house. It's just part of, everything is very, I would say, I have a lot in one day. I can go from being a guide on the boat to literally being a director in my digital marketing agency, running a meeting with a client, going to the gym, being a warrior at the gym, and then, having a glass of wine with my friend. Like, it's really so many things happening in a day. I change responsibility like 10 times in a day. And I do a lot of different things, and it's super interesting. I'm never bored.
Yeah,
for sure.
And how do you refuel your energy, or it's never stop? Do you ever feel like drained?
I do, but I'm very self-contained, and I get myself together. But also I work a lot, so I treat myself. Like, if I want to travel, I travel. If I want to, go for dinner somewhere, I just go. Like, if I want to go on a weekend hotel, I go.
So is this is the things that fill you up?
Yeah, I would say, especially traveling, of course, is my top priority. To be very honest, I think I'm doing all of this, yes, because I love the little challenges every day that I face, and I love, I love everything I do on the daily. But for me, the final goal of all of this is actually to be free. As much as I'm not right now, my final goal is to be free, like to travel, to live my best life. And I have a plan for myself and my family. So we just, we do what we need to do now so we can actually rest later. And hopefully we get to, travel more often. For me, that's the end goal. It's the financial freedom to be able to do whatever you want. For me, that's my ultimate goal. Yeah.
Sometimes people work hard, but you can see that they work hard. Like, they don't see their kids, they just exhausted. Yeah. A lot of times ladies need to choose or career or family if they really want to reach to the top. But when I look at you, it seems like, you have it all together.
And organized.
Yes.
I think it's the mindset. Mm-hmm. Like, I need a lot to actually be down, or I need a lot to be feeling not okay. I can take a lot, I think. In my personality, in the way I am, in the way I'm built, in the way my brain functions, I can take a lot on myself. So that's why I say it's extreme, because then the little things, they don't affect you, So it's, I'm not saying it should or should not. It's just, for me, it doesn't. And I don't let myself be drown into small things.
What is the small things?
Mindset. It's just the way your mind thinks become extreme too. Like, it's just like, if it's not, I don't get upset over small things. I don't even get bothered by small things. I don't like what some people would be, make a big drama out of it. I just, I'm already over it. I'm already on the next things. Like,
was it always like that for you?
Yeah, it's always been like that. Because my childhood was very, well, we all have our story. And, the way I'm built since I'm young is just, I'm strong-minded. I'm very strong-minded. So I can go through a lot and I can take a lot. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just the way I am. And
I know you are what, 3 in your family, right?
4 of us.
4.
Yeah.
Who we didn't see?
I have me, my sister, my brother, and my other brother. So it's 2 girls and 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you are all like that, or you
I
think
I think we are similar. Yes, I think we are similar on that. I must say it's from the education also. My parents were working a lot. We were very independent since super young. it's also the way we've been raised, I guess. So yes, I do think we are very independent and, we find our way, Yeah, my sister, she's abroad for like the past 10 years. My brother also lives and works in London. We're very independent, very self-contained and very, it's just the way we've been raised, I guess.
The other brother that we don't see on social media, he's in London.
Yes.
Okay. He's not on social media. This is how we track the Marine family,
So
basically.
true.
It's like,
We
how
never
many
see
brothers? Like, no,
There's one missing. Yeah, he never shows. Yeah, he works in finance in London. Yeah.
So you went
very
for...
low key. He's very low key.
He doesn't
Yeah, he's very low key.
He's the older one?
No, the older brother. Yeah.
Older brother.
But I'm the eldest.
Then
my sister and my two brothers.
Okay. Yeah. So you're the oldest one.
Yeah.
Wow. And what is the age difference you have?
So I'm 32 in a week.
Oh.
And my younger brother is actually 24. Oh my God, I hope I'm not wrong. He's going to kill me. But like in 2 days after me. So it's like 32 and 24.
So your parents were like, okay, that's
my parents were like, let's do this. 1 year and a half between each.
Yeah. Like a proper Mauritian family, They need to populate the island. It's nice.
Yeah, they wanted a big family, I guess. Yeah.
And you guys very close between each other.
Yeah, we do support each other a lot. I'm super close to my younger brother because he's my business partner. We actually work together and we spend all our weekends together. So we're always together 24/7, basically. And yeah, we have a very, I would say, very fluid, very close relationship. Like he's one of my best friends, literally, and my business partner and my brother, So we are super close because we both live here. My sister and my other brother, they don't live here. So whenever they are here, we spend a lot of time together. Yes, we enjoy spending time together.
And it was always like that with your younger brother, or?
Yeah, we've always been super close, very supportive of each other. Yeah, we've always been close, actually. Always. Very, we are very similar. And at the same time, we complete each other on so many things. So we are similar on a lot of aspects, which I think is why we actually do business together and are on top of being brother and sister friends. But also we do complement each other a lot, which is amazing in business, especially because what he does, I don't necessarily love doing, and what I do is not necessarily his thing. So it's really, we do complement each other a lot, and it's working super well. Yeah.
And it's okay to work with a family? That's what, they say, that working with a family...
This question comes a lot between us, actually, because my brother is very, strict, even though he's 24. So he's strict. The boundaries are the boundaries, I'm wild next to him, And so he would brief me and be like, on weekends, we don't talk about work. And on Sundays, whenever I try, to talk about it, it's like, you remember the rule? I'm like, okay, tried, but no. It's like, put a meeting calendar on my calendar for Monday,
Maybe that's the...
He's super strict on this. And I must say that it works really well doing this, because on weekends, we don't even think about work. We don't even talk about it. And it's so fluid. It's like the relationship is really clear. Weekdays, office time, and then weekend time, like brother and sister and friends, Whereas, for example, with Cedric, who's my life partner and also business partner, it is more complicated. It is more complex because, first of all, we work in tourism. So it's like 7 days out of 7. There's no, the time is completely, tourism, it's nonstop. It never stops. And tourists, they don't care if it's the 1st of Jan or 25th of December, they just want to go out, and whenever they go out, there's the responsibility that comes with it. We need to make sure it goes well, and it adds pressure. And we do talk about work anytime, in the bathroom, in the bedroom, like everywhere we talk about work. And I must say, it's not the healthiest thing ever. It's not. We try actually to put boundaries, but it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do it. It's really hard.
Do you think it's influenced your relationship?
Yeah, it does, come in between, at some point. And you see yourself talking about work at 10 p.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning. You talk about Google Analytics and 7 a.m. in the morning in the bathroom. Like, it's a bit, normal people, they don't do this. And sometimes I wish I was more normal, to be honest, like, you know, just like off. But the thing is, he wakes up super early in the morning. So every single morning when I wake up, he's gone already since 3:45. He wakes up at 3:45, so he's gone at like 4 or something. And then I'm out all day. And the only time we actually see each other in the house is like at night, after we take care of the kid, after we give her dinner, or after, you know, all these things. So when is it? So it's basically like 8, as from 8 p.m., you know. So it's, yeah, my brother actually offered that we do business calendar meetings between Cedric and myself. You know, theory works, but practice it.
Well, that's, you know, as well based on my relationship. I'm with my husband now 12 years, and I must say it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's first you have the fire, first you travel, blah blah blah. Child bring a lot of changes to the couple.
Very much, yeah, it does. You adapt, you evolve. Yeah, it does, because on top of being a couple, we are parents and we are business partners. And the thing is, our main income is from that business. So, you know, it's our first baby, actually, literally. 8 years ago, we built this business from scratch, and it was literally our first baby. And we nourished it, we nurtured it for 8 years. And it's really hard to disconnect from it, because there's a very high operational aspect in this business, because it's tourism and it's service, and there's a very high level of operations, which means that it's the stress that comes with it, it's the pressure, everything needs to always be perfect. And it does, of course, on it's already hard to be parents, it's already hard to be a couple, and on top of this there's the business and all our employees and our boats and the clients. So it's a lot of pressure, but I guess we just learn how to navigate through this.
And do you have like certain couple rules that you do? Let's say dinner or little getaway?
Yeah, we do again treat ourselves whenever we need, because we work extremely hard, and I think that's actually the upside of being an entrepreneur, and the upside of working for yourself is to be able to treat yourself whenever you want, pretty much. I mean, let's say it that way. Even though it's not whenever you want, but it is. I mean, I would say often, can't complain. You know, we organize hotel getaways. We travel quite a lot. We go for dinner. We don't, we whenever we want, we do this for sure, because we need it. It's vital, I would say.
So how many years you guys together?
8 years.
8 years.
This month, yeah.
And how did you guys meet?
We actually met while Cedric was a private skipper at West Island Resort at La Balise Marina, and I owned the spa there. So for 5 years, when I was 23, I operated the spa, there. And then at the gym we met, and I was, a bit intrigued by the discipline he had and everything, and I was aspiring to get there, because I was partying at the time and everything, and I was really aspiring to actually get like a disciplined, more straightforward life, and it inspired me. And then that's how we met, actually, at the gym at La Balise Marina, and I actually moved on the West Coast in Black River for work at 23. I was alone here because my whole family was in the north, and he became family, I would say, straight away. Yeah.
So how did it start? Like first you started to chat, or it was like straight away passion?
No, not at all, actually.
It's like, hello.
Not at all. I would say, Cedric is very reserved as a person, so it's not like full passion.
I did CrossFit with him,
Really? A while ago.
Not with him, but I was in the class and he was in the class. And I could see he's like, he's really focused, and he's like, okay, no time for chatting with all of the people. Bye.
First of all, he's completely antisocial. Sorry. I hope he doesn't hear this.
Don't watch.
He's very antisocial, but it's the truth. I'm not going to lie. It's very antisocial. I am too, in a way, because you protect your energy, so you just focus on what's super important, But he's naturally not a chatter, like a talker. he loves his me time. He loves being alone. He's a very, I would say, yeah, he loves being alone. Like he enjoys his own company. He doesn't need anyone else to actually be fine. Or he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. So he's like super strict, the healthiest guy on the planet. So, you know, and then there's me. So yeah, we are very different personality-wise. So that at the beginning, it was, you know, I was not used to someone that much reserved, you know, and I think that was even more intriguing to me
So
because I was like,
step?
why would you not be nice with me, you know, like why? And I think I did actually, because if I would be waiting for him, I'd still be waiting right now. That's for sure. Yeah, I did, I think. Yeah, I did. And then we lived there we lived in La Valise Marina actually, and then 6 months later, I said, listen, you have skills, like operational skills. You are the most knowledgeable person on boats ever. And I know marketing, like I love marketing. I know what would work. Instagram didn't exist at the time, almost Mauritius, like 8 years ago. Nobody knew what it was. And then I said, listen, we got to do it differently because this industry is already super competitive. It's almost packed with people doing this job, like this business and a model and everything. So I thought, you know, let's do things differently. So instead of using, I would say, like the concierge, the agencies, the tour operators, the taxis, I thought, let's rely on ourselves. So it was kind of a big bet because, you know, we had no idea if that would work or where it would go. So he quit his job actually, and we launched the business. At the time we had literally no budget for even a website. We were taking bookings on Messenger at the time because that's the only thing we could afford. I was still working at the spa for still 4 more years, you know. And then honestly it picked up naturally. He was alone with 1 boat at the beginning, and then it picked up. We hired a second skipper and then a third one, and then we invested in a second boat and then more skippers and then a third boat. Like it just went gradually because we re-injected all our money in the company because we started, you know, with no investment or funds or whatsoever. And then yeah, it built up naturally, gradually, and I think that's why it's strong because it's actually the strength of the business is that it's really been fought and it's been, you know, and his skills and my skills work really well for the business model that we have.
And I guess you both know, like any basic job, you know, of this business. It's not like you just buying a boat and say, okay, you know how to navigate. I know
my thing and he knows his thing, and together again, exactly like with my brother in my agency, it's just we complete each other on so many different aspects, and it's always been like that. We've always been, you know, sharing responsibilities. I don't step on his responsibilities and he doesn't step on mine. And whenever he talks to me about whatever, I'm like, you do your thing. And I don't, you know, talk to him about boats or skippers. Like he does his thing. And yeah, he does communicate with me and I do communicate with him on my plans and everything, but we don't step on each other's responsibility. So that's very clear. Like it's been like this since day one, and we never question it actually. And I think that's why it's working this way.
Hi guys. So we are at my pop-up store. Actually one of my favorite places on the West Coast, and it's situated at Vanilla Village. Every time I need to buy something for myself, I love shopping, or actually cool gifts, this is the place to be. Well, now I'm wearing actually creation of Pigmented and Exo Chic. This is Saskia, so everything you can find here. Come. Some new brands. I can do some more shopping. I remember this, it's Timimi. When I give birth to my daughter, and the lady started to do those books, so it's pretty much same age as my child, and my daughter has like million of them. This is amazing brand, Lupina. For some parties. Dearest Isa, amazing dresses. This is amazing ones for your pajamas, so you can look chic as well. We have all kind of colors. Which one? Super cool. The plates is the state of art, pigmented. I miss you. Come back from Canada. Oh, look at that. Oh, ayo papa. Or, okay, that's like the most famous one. From Creole Republic, Je m'en fiche. Oh, look for my daughter. I must steal it. So anyway, guys, there is amazing selection of things you can have, and you can see I basically see every shelf because I'm like, I love it here. Oh, and we have for adults as well. Perfect life. If you're looking for an amazing gift or actually something for yourself, make sure to stop by at Vanilla Shop at my pop-up store, and you can have here all kind of choices, clothes and gifts, souvenirs. You have everything in one store under one roof, and I love it. Ritual Spa is a part of family business, right?
Yeah, my mom, she owns 2 ritual spas, so one in the north, one in Eben, and I opened my own company here, and the trade name was Ritual Spa. So we
I
traded
guess you
under
had
the
as
same
well
name, but the company was different.
a lot of kind of responsibility. You know, you had to prove that, listen, I can do it myself
Very
as
much.
well.
But now thinking about it, I mean, my parents were quite nice with me, right? Because
you had really amazing
if my daughter tells me like I'm going to run a boat business while doing this spa thing for 4 years, I'm going to be like, what? Nah, no way, you're not doing this.
No, but it was
I'd be, more
very
maybe I don't know,
standard.
maybe I'd just go with it. Maybe they just trusted me. I have no idea, but like, they were nice. I guess they were supportive in a way, because I mean, they could have said, it's too risky, don't do this, or, I just did my thing. And I think they know how I am, and they know that they won't, they can say whatever they think, and I will hear and I will respect, but I will always do what I want at the end of the day. And everyone knows that. Everyone, even my brother who hates it.
I remember Crocs in the spa.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, Crocs, right?
What a great idea.
How
did you, okay.
No, you know what? Because I've put Havaianas. It's
Okay.
1,000 rupee the pair, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was selling it. So I've said, let's put Crocs. Nobody's going to steal the Crocs.
Everyone was like,
true.
oh, no.
Nobody was stealing the Crocs.
But it was so comfortable.
The Havaianas, yeah, just going like this, Everyone was going home with it as if like it's a gift.
Incredible.
It's 25 euro the pair, my friend. Don't.
Like you could, it's okay. You can do 50 euro and it's yours.
Seriously. Then the Crocs, nobody stole it.
Yeah, not even one
the
case.
spa was I worked in spa for 7 years and a half, Wow. Because before owning my spa for 5 years, I studied spa in Paris, first of all. So my certificate is spa certificate. That's the only certificate I have in my life, is a spa certificate. And then I came back to Mauritius, I was 21. And at the time, I did party very young. So at the time, I was already full on into work. All my friends were still studying, partying, and I was already into work. But I was partying still a little bit for 1 year when I came back. But I literally came back at 4 or 5 in the morning and go to work. I don't know how I did this, but I'm tired just thinking about this. But I was already into work fully, and I worked for my mom's spa in the north for 2 years and a half. And then, I started to have my own independent woman ideas, my own vision of things, the way I want to manage things, and it became complicated from a family relationship perspective to maintain this work-family relationship. We were talking about work at the table, dinners and everything, and I didn't feel comfortable in this situation. So I thought, let's take my opportunity and let's do my own thing, which they supported me in my choice. And that's how the spa happened. So I literally worked in spa for 7 years and a half. And at the end of it, for the last 4 years, I was running Vitamin C at the same time in parallel,
Are you mad?
Yeah, I am, right?
Are you mad?
I swear. I think it's just like the being young and
It's true, yeah.
How do you call this?
Have
in
a lot
French,
of
you say insouciance. There's a part of
enthusiastic,
this. Yeah, there's a part of this because now being a mom and everything, I think twice. I think more.
But did you had kind of thing that I want to show them that I can do it as well?
Very much. That's in me. Yeah, that's in me. That's in my DNA. And even more when I started dating Cedric, because you got to prove even more, because nobody would bet 1 cent on your couple, on your relationship. And everyone was just waiting for us to fail, actually. So this, got to prove it, got to prove that I can make it all, got to prove that I can succeed, I think was my drive. I'm not saying it's healthy, maybe it's not, but maybe it's not my full drive, but like there was a part of my drive that was this, because I really wanted to prove people that you can just be different, make your own choices and still succeed and, manage your life the way you want to and be happy and don't care about what others think. Because in Mauritius, this what other would think is too much for me, I don't, I really don't care about what people think, actually, because it won't pay my bill, it won't help me, really, I don't know, I have a total detachment on this. And I come from, white Mauritian society, very, the way people see you, the way people judge you is very present, maybe less and less now, but especially like 8-10 years ago. And for me, I was always different. I thought different. I acted different. The people I saw were different. I was just always different in my mindset. I was not in the box. I was just out of the box, always. And the more I grow and the more I get wise and the more I'm becoming this person, really, because what people think can stop you from doing so many great things, Because if I listened to people at the time, my daughter would not exist today, literally. My whole life would not be the same, because nothing would have existed, literally. If I was like weak mentally, if my family's opinion was stronger than my self-confidence, I would not be here. Like, my life would be so different. I don't know what I would be doing.
Did people judge your relationship with Cedric?
Yeah, a lot. It was tough at the beginning, I was not comfortable with it at the beginning because it's new. Today is different. Huh? We're talking 8 years ago. Huh? Yeah. So you can imagine that 8 years ago in Mauritius, expat were, started to come, and it was really people were starting to opening their minds, but 8 years ago, it was not as today. And people have expectations for you, like, why? It's my life at the end of the day. And I've always been very fearless, and I've always been following my heart and my drive. Like, really, I never let anyone stop me from doing what I want. Sometimes I succeed in my choices. Sometimes I fail big time. And when I fail, it's hard because everyone is like, I told you, But it's okay. I'll always get up and I always take responsibility for my shit. I never blame it on other people. And I think that's my strength. Like, if I succeed, it is fully my responsibility and my pride. And if I fail, it is fully my responsibility. And I'm never going to blame anyone for it. And I'm just going to get my shit together and start again, and try to take my lesson out of it. But I do, my mom always tells me, like, she always says that I need to fall down to learn. But it's true. That's the way I am. And looks like my daughter is going to be the same.
That's interesting. Because, let's say where I came from, it was, you were not allowed to do a mistake. Bad grades or whatever, you would get punished for that. So you tend to be this perfect girl, that doesn't have any mistakes. Yeah. And then to take risk, it's scary because your inner child.
There will be consequences to your choice, to the fact that you want to potentially
this is we judge by childhood, right?
Yeah.
That, let's say this is I believe that I was given this challenge in childhood, so I can actually grow through this in my adulthood, and work through these fears. Because that's what it's all life about, right?
Exactly.
To learn and get better.
Absolutely. Like, we all fail, honestly. It would be a lie to sit here and say, I never failed. Like, it is completely not true. Like, I did fail so many times in so many things. And it's just part of life. It's part of being a human being. Like everyone fails, get up. It's just the way, the mindset that you get up with. And also just accepting that failure is just part of the journey. Because honestly, all my failures is where I learned the most. Because when everything is perfect and, you're just cruising, like what, you don't learn through this, you just enjoy the moment. But the learning process comes from the failures. And I always take my failures as lessons. Like really, I never sit and cry. I always say, okay, that was not great, not the best decision. That could have been done better. Next time, maybe I'll do it this way, or maybe I just sit and have a big cry and then I just get up and do my thing because yes, I am emotional and yes, I do have feelings, but it's just, I don't let it take over my life. I really take control back as soon as possible so I can, find the best way to do things better and take my lesson out of things.
And tell me, the self-confidence you have is, obviously, if you have a low self-confidence, it's not easy to say things what you're saying. Was always like that, or you actually do certain things that you can share to, help yourself to boost? I don't know, what are your maybe 5 things that helping you to boost your confidence?
Honestly, I don't even know because I never asked myself the question. I never questioned it. Like, it's just, I am this way. I've always been. I didn't have the easiest childhood, not the worst neither. Like, I'm not complaining at all, but it could have been worse. It could maybe have been better. I don't know. I'm not here to compare myself or just say that, or complain about my childhood. No, I think I had a great childhood, but everyone knows that I've been sexually abused. I got also a disease when I was super young. I had 9 operations in my knee.
What was that?
Before I was even 9, So like,
what is this disease? What was it?
It's called Staphylococcus doré. So it's like a bacteria that eats your bone.
True. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to do. They wanted to literally cut my leg off at some point, and my parents said, no, we're going to find a way, and we did. But it was not the easiest for me to, as weird as it sounds, I'm very not comfortable physically with myself. So that's why maybe I make it up for it and, dressing up well and everything, because I've been built, my mind has been built through the disease, through the... my health wasn't great, when I was young. So when you've been through this, and at school people laugh at you because I wasn't walking straight and everything because I had 9 operations in my knee and I was not even 9. So obviously you can't walk perfectly with broken legs, and I think this and the sexual abuse on top of it, and it's just like whether you take control, you take the control back, or...
How can a baby say this to herself? Like a child?
Yeah, but I've been like this. I think my parents are also tough. My mom is tough. She's a tough woman. Like she's...
How old were you when the sexual abuse happened?
I would say between 8 and 12, approximately.
So all this period?
I was almost 6 at this time, so it's even more sick to think about it. And... yeah, I guess whether you take the control back or you just lose it, or that's the way I survived. It's just I took the control back and on my life, I would say. And yeah, I've always been self-confident because I always had my own thoughts and my own vision of life. And if I didn't have the strength to just be myself, I'd just be fitting in the box like everyone else, and it takes courage, yes, but it's just, I guess my mom is also strong mentally, and I got it from her,
When I was thinking about this case, and I did a little bit of research in Mauritius about the whole poverty situation, about child abuse situation, and, the statistics saying in 2018, there was approximately 4,000 cases of child abuse.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it's mostly first of all, this is just what we know. Yeah. And in Mauritius, they don't really report. And most of that, it's a very poor family. And
I think it's actually in any society level, but we just, the upper level, they just don't talk about it, I would say, or they're more shy about it, and it's more like secretive. And the thing is, when it's in poverty, the proximity in the house, the fact that, it makes it worse also, and the drinking sometimes make it worse. But it's very common. It's more common than we think. And at the time, I decided to go public about it because...
How old were you?
Well, we had a court case and everything. So I decided again to take control on it and go public. So I had literally a front page in the newspaper with my face on it and talking about it because, again, I prefer to take control on my life. I prefer to take control on my situations, And I thought staying quiet would actually not help people. I'm not saying that I'm here to fight all the battles, and I'm not here to fight everything for everyone. I'm already fighting the black and white situation. I'm fighting this, I can't fight all the fights. But at that time, I did feel like it was the right thing to do. Because it was before that, never ever a story went public regarding this in Mauritius. And after this, so many people went public about it, talked about it, opened themselves about it, whether it's to psychologists, to myself, to the NGO, like Pedostop, everyone started talking about it after this, because we literally broke the ice around this, and at the time I had again the strength to go public about it and talk and make it more like a normalizing talking about being sexually abused, because it's way more common than we actually think, and staying quiet will not help. But my battles, they do evolve with time. It's not I can't fight all the battles, all the time. Because now that I'm a mom, I'm also prioritizing my kid. And
but what? I guess you were silent for some time. Did you tell your parents?
I was in denial, so I didn't know that it happened to me. To be very honest with you, because it's so fucked that it's so manipulative that you think it's normal what happened to you. And the mechanism is insane. And I had a call from my dad saying, whoever called me and say he sexually abused you. And I said, no, it's not me. I don't think you're talking about me, because I'm okay. Nothing happened to me. Maybe it's my sister. Just call her and stay with her,
Someone called your dad?
The guy called my dad.
Wow.
The guy.
Okay.
To apologize, kind of. Because it started going public. So he took the lead. He's dead now. And that how I reacted that way. I thought, it's not me, because that's denial. That's
your
proper
brain was protecting.
denial.
Wow.
It's crazy. No, I don't know if it's protecting, but I was just thinking it's normal. It's normal. It's something, it's friendship. It's just the way he is. It's just, his behavior is like this. You just think is like that, And then after a few months and weeks of, being conscious about it and everything, then you realize this is not okay, actually. How could I think that all these years this was okay? To do this to an 8-year-old kid or 10-year-old kid, it's not okay to do this. But you didn't, I guess it is a protection mechanism, but it's also proper denial of this action itself is not okay. It is beyond boundaries, So then we had this court case. It was a group, so we had this court case and everything. We won the court case, and then he died. But still, we fought the case, But I went public about it because I felt like at the time it was my thing to do. I was courageous, I was strong, and some of the other girls, they were not as strong, or they just didn't want to go public about it, which is totally fine. And I thought, let's open the conversation about this. But I'm not going to fight all the battles though forever. I choose my battles now, especially with my kid, because I can't be fighting all the time for everything. Especially the mixed couple thing. I fought it for a while. I started receiving messages from people. I admire you. I wish I had this courage. You know, I have my boyfriend is black, or and my parents don't like him. They don't accept. What do I do? Like at the time, I had no kids, so you know. But now, honestly, I'm more quiet on myself because I protect my energy more. Because the more you go into business, also, you don't want to expose yourself too much, you know, and on a personal level, and you also want to protect your energy and. Because with this comes also the backlash, you know, of being too honest on social media and too real. I mean, no, I have the best community, I'm not going to lie. They are awesome. They are the best. They are super supportive. They are incredible. Really, I have the kindest community ever. But it is true that the more you expose yourself, to potential judgment, even though I don't care about them, but it's still an energy that is here. You expose yourself to potential negative messages and the more I grow and the more I get older, the less I want to be exposed to this. So I go less personal into what I share, and I just focus more on my business, and I do my little personal business at home, you know. Yeah. My mindset is evolving around this, actually, a lot. When you have no kids, you see it differently. When you have a kid and she's starting to grow up, you know, your vision changes, you know what I mean? Your vision changes and you're like, okay, is it worth, you know, exposing myself regarding this or that, or is it worth fighting this battle? Like, you know, you choose, you know, your battle because time is also limited and you have your daughter in the middle and yeah.
And you know, your daughter is a mix now,
yeah.
Mixed race.
Yeah. Yeah, and I must say I'm questioning it because some people told me they got a hard time finding their space in society because nobody knows if you're white, if you're black, and nobody knows, you know, it's already hard to find your space when you're fully white or fully black. So whenever you're mixed, I guess it's harder. And that's why I'm really raising her to be super self-confident because I really want her to, you know, to just be herself, be happy, do whatever she wants. I'm working for her. So in case she wants to be herself, she can do whatever she wants. It's bad to say this, but it's true.
Take my heritage.
It's exactly what I think. It's horrible, but sorry. It's not going to help her. But I mean, yeah, maybe it is. Actually, I am going to transmit all my values to her and my hardworking, you know, principles. And she already has it. She understands. She tells me she's going to take some money to go buy something in the shop. She's 2.5. Like she knows the value of things, you know, and I really teach her the value of things because for me, that's where you're not spoiled is when you know the value of things. Like you can be helped, but if you know the value of it, you're going to treat it well and you're going to fructify it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really trying to raise her very self-confident because I don't want her to face any, I mean, of course she will, but I want her to, whenever she faces bullying or whatsoever, if it happens, she is equipped, she's armed to actually face it and it doesn't affect her, you know, deep inside. And yeah, we talk a lot, you know, I ask her always about school, we communicate a lot because for me, that's super important because that's, not knowing that your kid is not okay, for me, is the worst. Like, you know, your kid feels that way and you are living this life here, not even knowing what's happening in your kid's life, for me, is the worst thing. I would never want that. So I would always want to be in tune with her to really understand how she feels and accompany her because it is already hard when you are fully white or fully black, but when you are mixed, it is less and less now, and hopefully when she goes to school, it will be even less, thanks God. But yeah, you need to find your, I don't know how to explain this, but just like, because I know some people who suffered from being in between and nobody knew how to, you know, coexist with them. And I don't want this.
But I guess on one thing, it's hard. But then it's again what approach you will take. If you take it in a positive way and you will have your strengths because listen, I know this side and I know that side. It's like in my family, I have my mother family quite educated and my dad family very simple from a village. So I could see, you know, people doing drugs, which is normal, you know, Monday to Sunday, and I could see other side. And then you... again, of course, with your parents' support, you get it as a strength.
Exactly.
Because you're exposed to different worlds.
Totally. So what I shared just now was actually my view on it, because I am conscious about it and I question it a lot. Like, I really question the choice of a school to make sure she's really well accompanied. You know, I question everything because I want to protect her.
Yeah.
But that's me potentially overthinking it too much. But on her side of things, what I teach her, what she sees is, I mean, her dad is fully black and her mom is fully white, and it's incredible, you know, to just be in the middle of this and seeing all sort of different cultures. She already speaks Creole. She's not even free. She speaks English. She speaks French, and she's exposed to so many things already that will be completely normal to her, and it's amazing. Like, it's for me, it's totally a strength. Like, really, and I'm teaching her that it's a strength. That before was me as a mom overthinking it, but and then also I think protecting, you know, like trying to make sure everything will be okay, even though everything will be potentially out of my control. But you know, I don't want her to go through. I don't want her to be broken. You know, I really want it to be. I want to accompany her as much as I can. You know, so I question it. I observe around me. But she doesn't know this right now. I actually teach her it's your strength, you know, to be mixed. And yeah, it is amazing, I think. It is.
Yeah, she's already a character. Huh?
Yeah, she's already something. Personality is, it's her dad, but it's my personality. It's worse than me, like it's even more fire. So yeah, that's karma coming back at me.
Wow.
For everything I've done to my parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, 4 kids, but that's insane.
Yeah,
your parents are crazy.
I keep telling them all the time, I don't know how you did it. It's like, we did it, eh? I'm like, yeah, but you know.
Are they pushing on the whole second child and
No,
whatever?
not at all. No. My mom says, just have one. I'm like, you had 4. It's like, yeah, but it was another time. I'm like, well, no, yeah, nobody's pushing. People know they can't push with me.
Yeah.
In any case,
They're
I
like,
don't
oh my
give a
God.
damn about people's...
She will go live on Instagram and she will tell everything.
Yeah, they know they can't push it. No.
And the other thing, as I just told you about that, indeed here, in Ukraine as well, horrible cases happened. And in my daily life with the company that I work for, we have cases of sexual abuse, and I can see the girls, you know, they don't know how to act and they feel ashamed. And do you think it's something that can be prevented? Like in ideally world, of course there are cases.
Yeah, I guess it is. There's work being done on this, whether it's in schools or through the NGOs, you know, that are putting money into prevention. They are putting like all these billboards. They are putting the number everywhere. They are putting it on buses, and there is budget put into prevention, you know. But at the end of the day, it's why should we put budget in prevention if people, they actually got to get themselves together and be more educated, you know, just be more compassionate, you know, because the thing is, it's like, for me, it's so shocking that, you know, you can't control yourself, because it's not even a disease, to be honest with you. It's not a sickness. It's proper. You're doing this consciously. Yeah? It's not a disease. And knowing this is even worse, you know, because you know what you're doing is wrong, and you're manipulating the person so she or he doesn't talk, you know. And
what do you think is, let's say, it happened?
Yeah.
What we can do? What the girl can do?
I think it's 2023, and nobody should be ashamed. Honestly, it happens to everyone. Honestly, it's bad to say, but it's so common, and it is not the time to be ashamed. We are not the one that should be ashamed, and it is time to put the shame back on the person. It is time to speak. It is time to sue. It is time to talk. Like, it is just time to put the responsibility back on the people who are doing this. You know what I mean? And really, nobody in 2023 would judge you for being raped or sexually abused. Like, I think people now are conscious enough to hopefully blame the right person. It's not the time to be ashamed anymore. I think that was like 10 years ago, yes, but now no. Like, there is everything you need to get support, even through the NGOs. You could file, it's best to go for NGOs because sometimes police case and
Did
court.
you use psychology support?
Yeah, I did. For example, that is something you can use, psychology support. The NGO also, they recommend psychologists that are specialized in this. There's, for a victim to actually go over the situation, it says that it's best that you sue, because then you are at peace with it, because the blame is put back legally on the person. So
you feel you close it.
But it does cost, it does cost money. And yeah, my parents backed me up on this, because otherwise I don't think I'd be able to do it, obviously, because financially I was young and it's impossible. So I had the chance that I have a blessing, let's say, that my parents could financially back me up on this, but then otherwise I would not sue, so it is easy to say you can sue, but it's it's costly. But yeah, it is, honestly, I don't think you deserve to live all your life with the secrets and this burden and this pressure and this mental heaviness. Like, no, it is not your responsibility. It happened to you, and it's time that you take the control back and you can do it. Nobody will ever judge, you actually. They should be judging the person. And yes, sometimes it's really hard because families, it's horrible, but they will protect the abuser, especially in Mauritius. And you need, when you do this, to be mentally strong enough to potentially accept that your family is just going to be against you. That's the worst, because you got to deal with it, by yourself. It's already hard what you've been put into, and now out of nowhere you have to fight also against your family, and it's bad. So I think, everyone has a responsibility in this. Parents, they have to be supportive of their kids, no matter what. I mean, a kid would never lie about something like that. Never lie. So a lot of parents, they say, we don't trust the kid, maybe, no. Why would a kid lie about something like that? Why would he make it up? Like, there's no reason for this, So I think it is also the parents, the family's responsibility to be aware and to be open-minded and listen also. Because sometimes they just shut it down and be like, we can't talk about this, or keep it secret. It's not helping. You're ruining the person's life a second time, So everyone has a responsibility in this, I think. And I guess, maybe I need to get back in this battle. I don't know, but we need to talk about it, even though I did want to put it aside. But it is true. It is true. I'm not talking about it for myself because I'm over it. Like, I don't live thinking about this at all now. It's part of my past, but if it can help people to just hear that it is not the time to be ashamed, like, really, nobody would ever judge you on this. And if they do, they are wrong, And you need to be mentally strong again to go through this with, potentially family not believing in you. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But again, like, it's inspiring. It's crazy and inspiring that you went through this, it built your character, and you are 32 years old, like, stunner, and it's amazing. And you raising your little girl with your husband, well, hopefully future husband.
I think
what about that? When is the wedding?
Let's not talk about this. It's so funny because we've been together 8 years. We have a kid. We own lands and house and everything. But at the end, we're still not married. And it would ask me, like, do you want to get married? And then I was like, yeah, but I don't know. Like, we are just free spirit. We're free spirited.
We just want to see the wedding. Is it so hard?
I
just
right?
want to see you in a dress.
It looks like it's very hard for us. It looks like it's a giving birth situation to a wedding, I swear.
Because I guess if you do it, you will do it like...
I think that we're actually very happy this way. It's strange, but we're just happy this way. We don't feel, he's not religious, I'm not religious. So first it starts there. And then, we have everything we want and we need, and we are happy, and we just have our little daily life. We don't feel the need to just get married, because first of all, we would not get married from a religious perspective, and even from a civil perspective. Like, what else? We bound it for life anyway now, with the kid.
Yes.
And we didn't do things the way society usually do, which is getting married first and then getting the kid. But then when you have the kid, honestly, it doesn't change that much. Yes, potentially for the kid, it's great to know that her parents are married or something like that. Maybe it will happen. I'm not saying it will not. Potentially it will. But for now, it is true that we don't feel the need to get married. And we do everything together. We share everything. So yeah, it's just me being me. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it's not something that defines the career. For me, it really doesn't define the relationship. It doesn't define who you are as a woman, as a man, as a couple. It doesn't define loyalty. It doesn't define happiness, honestly. And you're going to splash a lot of money in your wedding. And honestly, I'd rather buy tickets and go to Bali, to be honest with you. And then it doesn't define your happiness. So many people, I'm generalizing, maybe I'm just saying the worst of it, but so many people get married and divorce and get married again and get married again and divorce. And it's just, at the end of the day, what matters is your mindset, is what you think, is what you feel, is who you are, and your relationship is, if your roots are strong, you don't need anything else, to be honest. You don't need like this or that, or you just know who you are, you know what you're into, if you're loyal, if you're honest, if you're happy, if you're fulfilled. Well, yes, a wedding is actually celebrating love with people around you, but I'd rather celebrate love in Bali with my daughter, to be honest. It's true, and that's how I think.
Thank you.
Well.
Thank you for this inspirational talk and for being so open and so honest and so raw. And wow,
Thank you.
I feel like so much love. Thank you.
I hope it's not too heavy.
No, it's not too heavy. Thank you.